Ah yes, the classic arcade game GYRUSS. I sure love this game, and it came out early enough that it was in the golden age of arcade games. However, a little bit of the later part of the golden age of arcade games. So it was a little more advanced, had great music, really tight graphics, and this unique style of and control, which I always figured was named after a gyroscope since you're spinning in a circle. Well, it sure is a classic game, but I didn't know back in the day that it existed for Atari 2600, but it actually did. And I don't have it, but I can select it on my Uno cart by selecting Games by Company. And of course, Parker Brothers. And wouldn't you know, there it is. GYRUSS. Ooh, and look at that planet Earth. We all know that GYRUSS was about warping to different planets and ultimately trying to get to Earth. And they're just showing it you right there on the title screen to let you know that they know. And they mean business. Because this really was a classic game from that golden era. And these games they're showing here are from the early days of what I consider the golden era of early arcade games. But GYRUSS came a little bit later, say 1983. So we had a little more advanced sound and music, but it was still part of that special era as far as I'm concerned. Now let's check out GYRUSS. Well, right away you notice that they're giving you pretty nice rendition of that arcade music. I can tell you that just like my recent review of Time Pilot, I did not know GYRUSS was available for Atari 2600 when it came out. And just like Time Pilot, maybe even more so with GYRUSS here, had I seen it at the store, I would have really wanted it really bad. I just got the Double Fire, and I would have just found a way to... I didn't get free gifts from my parents, but I would have been like, look, I'll do chores, I'll do something. I would have wanted it, or at least asked for it for Christmas or something. And I would have gotten it home, and really based on my expectations, knowing what Atari was capable of, and, you know, I had front lines, so I knew kind of what you could expect in Donkey Kong from an arcade game port. But I would have been pretty impressed with this game, to be honest with you. And of course, you warp to kind of like the next level, which has always been a big part of these GYRUSS. Yeah, you kind of just warp away as you approach that next planet. And then you begin. I was happy to see that this version has the bonus stages, which is amazing. Different color ships. I mean, maybe I'm getting too hyped, but really, this would have been satisfying for me back in the day. I would have been like, oh, because you're always competing with your ColecoVision friends. If you're an Atari guy like me, it's not that I didn't like ColecoVision, but it's just that I didn't have ColecoVision. So I was always dealing with, you know, it was a common thing to say, I only have Atari. I'm sorry, but that was the case. It's like saying I only have PS4 when other people have PS5. So every once in a while a game was good enough on Atari that you felt pretty good about it, and if your ColecoVision friend came to your house, he knew you were kind of ghetto, but if you could present a really good arcade game, Atari game, maybe like Pitfall or Yara's Revenge, or Demon Attack, your friend would play that and be like, alright, you know, you could tell he was kind of liking it. Even though your friend might have been able to play that on his ColecoVision, because ColecoVision could play Atari games too. Huh. Now it's obviously called GYRUSS because you're moving in this circle. Alexa, what is the definition of a gyroscope?
Gyroscope is a noun meaning an apparatus consisting of a rotating wheel so mounted that its axis can turn freely in certain or all directions, and capable of maintaining the same absolute direction in space in spite of movements of the mountings and surrounding parts, used to maintain equilibrium, determine direction, etc.
Okay, I knew that, thank you. She didn't have to tell me that. I knew that GYRUSS was named of that because of its gyroscope. Yes, sir. Speaking of GYRUSS, I sure wouldn't mind getting me some GYRUSS. No, sir, I wouldn't mind getting some of that. I'll tell you what. Speaking of GYRUSS, I hate to say it, but I was watching some Pornhub and I saw this video, Amateur Real Premature Ejaculation Compilation. Now, I'll admit, I clicked on it, but only because I have my own issues of performance trouble issues. So I thought maybe watching a video like that would make me feel better seeing other guys kind of fail. But I can tell you the title of that video, Amateur Premature Ejaculation Compilation, is absolutely right. Because those guys in the video were complete amateurs. They're going like 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute. As far as I'm concerned, that is not premature ejaculation. I mean, I'll show you some premature ejaculation. I mean, I know how to premature ejaculate. We're talking 1, 2, or 3 pumps. So, anyway, I really like GYRUSS. I think it's really good for your Atari 2600, and I'm giving it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.